Thruxton's fast, the fastest track on the calendar. It's scary for us drivers.
So Thruxton is mega. It's completely unique to any other track on the calendar. Viciously fast, scarily fast.
Our car went well here last year. It favours my driving style where we have to get full attack mode. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think we're going to see some lively racing. The hybrid, obviously we've seen how powerful it is this year. There's a few long straights here where you're going to utilise that.
I'm coming here with a lot of hybrid, so touch wood we can qualify somewhere near the front.
It's also a hard track because the points you have to overtake have got to be big commitment from that driver, and there's got to be a lot of respect between the two drivers. So it's going to be interesting, it's going to be busy.
You know, I want to go out and just attack from race one, push and push and push, and I'd like to come away with 3 races inside the top 6 with at least 1 podium.
Full attack mode, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Fingers crossed we can get near the front in qualifying and see what the results bring in.
Hybrid around here, well, we'll see just how much of a difference it's going to make. We'll also see whether it's a rear-wheel drive or a front-wheel drive circuit. It's going to be really intriguing, that is for sure, and we are just minutes away from getting qualifying underway.
Yeah, 2024 has been a consistent year so far. In terms of championship pace, we're ticking all the boxes we want to do, but it's definitely going to get harder.
I'm feeling comfortable in the car, feeling happy. We've proved we've got the pace in qualifying. I'm coming here with a lot of hybrid, so touch wood we can qualify somewhere near the front. You know, I want to go out and just attack from race one.
Cut forward to this circuit, it's scary. It gets everybody's attention, doesn't it, at the back there?
It wakes you up, that's for sure. You need to be on it, you know, the car is never still.
Just go balls out now.
Thruxton is just throw your cojones out the window and attack. It's the fastest circuit in the UK. It's very difficult. It's very, very quick. If you have an accident there, it's a big accident.
So we are just moments away from getting qualifying underway. Again, of course, we take the entry from their order at the end of FP2, put them into 2 groups, and as we have made the point all year, you don't have a lot of time in this, just 10 minutes. And there is Ash Sutton. He will have just 1 second a lap for qualifying, and up towards the line. So Adam Morgan's first salvo of the session is a 17.3. There should be more to come.
These tyres are really only at their peak for 1 lap. The pressure to deliver on this 1 lap is absolutely huge.
But even Ash had done an absolute best in the middle sector. This is Camish. So 1 Ford pits, the other Ford for the line, and Dan Camish will go fastest. He does indeed, and that is a 16.3.
Well, I wonder why Sutton came in the pits. He did the fastest middle sector, but came in the pits.
Yeah,
and there's only 2.5 minutes left.
What I'll end up doing is I'll read off what P6 is, because that's what we need to aim for. At the minute, you need to do a 16.9.
Ash Sutton and Scott Sumpton with 44 seconds to go, but Sutton is onto a flying lap now, and this has got to get him into the top 6.
This will be his only lap.
Now, where does Sutton end up? This is the real question, because 9th is nowhere near good enough. He breaks the beam, and he goes 5th. He's in, but Watson 6th means that half is out.
P5. Everybody has taken the checkered flag, so the 3.
The green flag is shown then, and we are in business for the second group.
A little bit of misjudgment from my front, if I'm honest, and realistically the track's gone slower, so I thought we had a bit of an issue with the car. Turns out we didn't. Just overall the grip level has changed from FP2 and the lap time slower.
Well, there's 2 minutes 16 to go.
Oh, big
crash.
drama. Aaron Taylor-Smith on the back part of the circuit. And that was a big old hit, and he's going to try and get the car moving, but he's done the rear suspension. Look, you can see on that left rear corner how the suspension is all broken. He's got it moving. Fair play, because that was a big scary moment in the scary part of the circuit. Look at that. Big lose. Around it bounces. And wait for the impact.
Oh,
bang.
That's the left-hander at Noble.
Everyone talks about Church. I actually find that not so bad. The combination of Noble, which is turn 4 or turn 6, and then into Goodwood turn 7, those two are probably the more sketchy corners, especially Noble. The bumps through the middle of the corner can really get the car moving around.
I didn't know we were watching drifting, but that's what's happening, and he's off again because the car just does not want to go where Aaron is pointing it.
We're all pretty resilient in what goes on, and everybody knows that you need to put the effort in to make a team successful and get the results. When you're not getting the results, dig deeper, work harder, find some solutions, and then hopefully progress back to where you think you should be.
The team are working on it. Look, blessed they are working on it without setting the car up on a flat patch. It's going to be very difficult to get that car into any shape of, even if it runs, competitiveness.
Even if the car is falling apart, I'm never going to bow out. Like, that's the truth. Like the crew, like I don't trust myself to make them a cup of tea, but yet they put a car together that like holds my life together. Like it's pretty outrageous the level of trust that you have in them. The bunch that are on my car in particular are probably the best crew, well they are the best crew I've ever had in touring cars.
So Hill, Morgan and Turkington is the order of the 3 BMWs. Everybody else of course is a bit out of sequence, but Dan Rowbottom absolute best in sector 1. Having talked about things flapping, look at Sutton's side window because the perspex has popped out.
Yeah, which is not good aerodynamically at this fast circuit. Never mind the fact that they won't allow loose bodywork, so he'll have to get that fixed.
Taylor Smith on his way down the pit lane. Well done, Power Max Racing, knowing Aaron, if it ain't good enough, he'll bench it. And this is Taylor Smith, who's having a go.
He is.
Good on you, Aaron, good on you. It may not be pretty, it may not be perfect, but it's going to see what it can do. Turkington goes 10th. He improves, but not by much. The flag is out. This is Adam Morgan coming up Woodham Hill. Now, Adam is 8th and has improved in both of the first 2 sectors. So Aaron Taylor-Smith's heading for the line. Adam Morgan might get into the top 6 if this is a really good lap, and if he does, it will get rid of Sutton. Up to the line comes Adam Morgan. Let's see whether it's going to be good enough. He breaks the beam. 7th, misses out just, and he misses out by 9 thousandths of a second.
Well, here he comes. Remember, he didn't have the opportunity to cross his tyres over.
No, he goes through, stays 12th, but it was worth a go, Aaron, and he deserves a lot of credit.
A gallant effort indeed by Aaron Taylor-Smith.
So Adam Morgan there missing out by 9 thousandths, and Ash Sutton has done it. Again, he's got into Q3, the only driver to get into Q3 in every round. He's not yet had a pole, he's not yet had a win.
The first couple of years, there was a feistier Ash Sutton behind the wheel. I think through 2020 and 2021, he changed enormously as a driver into someone who was much more calculated. I don't care if we win the championship without winning a single race, it's the championship that we're after, the big prize at the end of the season. For me, that's the one that everyone remembers.
So we're down to just one rear-wheel drive car, one BMW, it is that of Jake Hill. Well, there's Ash Sutton, who is on track. You get to this qualifying session for round 10. What odds would you have got at the start of the year for getting to this point without Ash having had a pole and not having had a win? Right, Jake Hill goes through and he's into the 15s now, a 1:15.668. That's the target now. Rowbottom in the meantime has done 2 purples, drags it out the other side, has used, look, a little bit of hybrid for the end of the lap to bring him out of the chicane, interestingly. We've not seen many people do that, but it does not work. Second only. Ingram, for his first flying lap, throws the car into the chicane, rides the curve as much as he possibly can. He's in the top 6 anyway. Where in the top 6 is going to be confirmed as he goes through as quickest of all, a 15.3. And it is 7/10ths covering the entire 6. So Ingram, Camish, Hill, Rowbottom, Sutton, Chilton, the order. And for Tom Ingram, it will be an 8th career pole. Good job. Tom Ingram will get into the queue, but he's been told pole position is yours, and you can see off the facial expression that that means a lot to him. Tom Ingram quickest by 0.2 of a second.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Actually, because we always felt that the grip level was going up and there was more rubber going down, so we didn't want to talk about softening the front, but we felt that might be, like hitching. Did you have a track limit?
Occasionally, I think.
Time? Okay, so that was the best you could do. Not big.
16 solid.
Locked into this lap then, your last car on circuit, everyone else has done the same. Camish was a 15.64, Hill was a 15.66, Rowbottom was a 15.67, you were a 15.8. Just most disappointing that he's on pole.
Yeah, the NAPA cars, the Ford Focus for sure had an advantage like last year. I think that Hyundai engine The Swift winding unit is the best on the grid, whereas the Ford used to be.
2023 was probably an anomaly and not something we're going to be able to repeat. But there was definitely an element of pressure that we've just wiped up. We've won every championship we entered, basically. You've got to try and deliver that again, because anything short of that is then a failure. I put a lot of pressure on myself, and the team that we have around us all put a lot of pressure on themselves. We all want to win. We're here for one purpose.
And so, on the fastest circuit in the UK, race 1 of 3 is about to get underway. It is a nice, sunny, warm day here at Thruxton. And as we've had all season, Tim, it's a really good jumbled grid as well to kick off the race day.
I'm already nervous now.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to this. You know, I love watching touring cars on the absolute limit, and there's nowhere better to see it than Thruxton. You're going to see some great action shots and some great racing, and it's a long run to turn 1. So let's see what Jake Hill can do with that rear-wheel drive BMW.
You lost. I'll tell you what, should we just get these two to swap and then see who notices? Yeah? Get paid off.
Boost to get the gap. 2 minutes.
We are almost set. The last handful position themselves on the 1x1 staggered grid.
Okay, last car's coming into position now.
Square in your box.
5 seconds to go. Drivers look towards the lights. Let's see whether Jake Hill makes an absolute rocket ship start as we go racing. And a bad start by Ingram in comparison. A great start by Jake Hill, who rockets around the outside. And Ingram is going backwards, isn't he? The NAPA Ford getting past him left and right. It is just Camish from Rowbottom from Sutton. They've got to avoid making contact with each other. But what a getaway by Jake Hill.
Poor old Tom Ingram got absolutely mugged by the 3 Napa racing cars, who are all trying to go forwards but also stay out of hitting each other. It's Camish at the front of them.
Robo goes a little bit wide and Sutton tries to squirt up the inside, and then to the inside of him goes Ingram with 2 wheels on the grass. That's really, really brave. Going up towards Village. Tom Chilton on the inside of Rowbottom, and they lean on each other. Cook goes ahead of Morgan. Green flag in the background means there's a yellow at the chicane. Somebody's had a drama. Safety car deployed.
Safety car.
It may well be that in the skirmish at the chicane, the furniture's been moved onto the track. The leaders went through okay. That was what happened. It was the furniture being pushed into the road.
How absolutely ridiculous to put a pile of tyres basically in front of the drivers.
This is just being placed back in position. I'm not sure how well it's going to be, so I'll just take some caution on the first lap.
It's not perfect for us, especially for Jake.
Safety car in this lap, safety car in this lap, please confirm.
So Jake Hill accelerates away. Camish tries to cover off Sutton, and Rowbottom is already on the attack. Look, Rowbottom is way up the curb. Goes through and forced out wide is Chilton, so Josh Kirk is on the attack as well.
Oh, for f***'s sake, don't let him get down there. Jesus f***ing Christ. F***ing hell.
Ingram only has 1 lap left. He's using now.
Now Ingram on the tail of Sutton. He brakes as late as he possibly can. And as Sutton has to go defensive, that's enabling Camish to get away. And I would offer you that the lead gap has come down on this lap now that the Ford has got itself back up to proper race pace. And Sutton has used his 1 lap at hybrid, said he's vulnerable now for the rest of the race. So Ash Sutton is going to have to do this with sharp elbows and racecraft and a very wide car.
Ingram on the hybrid, he's trying to use the run, he's got the run, he's using it, he's going to go all the way around the outside if he can manage it, but Sutton's blocking him off. This is Ingram's 1 chance on the hybrid, he's trying to tuck it in all the way around the outside, he can't quite get there. Oh, that was so close.
Ingram has no hybrid remaining, good job. 10 laps to go, 10 to go.
So there's a stalemate in a way for third, with Sutton and Ingram having used all of their hybrid. This is Morgan, still chasing after Chilton. They've got 4 laps use of it available each.
You look at the gap at the front.
It was half a second coming over the line, and Camish then, with all of his hybrid now used, is chasing after Hill, who still has a lap of hybrid available, which he might save for the last lap. And that's the race leader, and looking as though he could be on for a 15th career win here, because no matter what Dan Camish has tried to do, Jake has had an answer.
Jake has just used his last lap of hybrid 2, so the top 4 have no hybrid remaining.
Out of church they go. There will be 1 more lap to run at the end of this. Ingram certainly looked quick. We saw that in qualifying. Looks committed.
Final lap, final lap.
no risks.
One lap to go then. It is Jake Hill on target, seemingly. There he is for win number 15. Dan Camish for second, Ash Sutton for third. Continuing to bank points. An absolutely perfect start, a perfect race, a perfect drive, and it is going to be a race win. The 15th of Jake Hill's British touring car career. Jake Hill wins race 1 at Thruxton. Second is Dan Camish. Ash Sutton takes third. Tom Ingram fourth.
Mega drive, mate, mega job. Yeah, mate, that's a mega job. That's proper racing. I'm particularly pleased that Ingram f***ed his start up, though.
Honestly, you could hear it. I
Yeah.
stood outside watching it. It's like somebody's got f***ing wheel spin.
Yeah.
And you can't really see what's going on because everybody was in front of the TV, and then Ingram's like fifth.
I mean, I did throw a few around on the when children went up the inside of you at complex. I'll admit on that one.
When who did?
When children got, you got past him. And
just like what?
yeah, or after the restart, I can't remember when children outbreak you into the complex, I think.
That's on the first lap, I think.
Oh,
it's the complex.
Yeah. I thought maybe we could have been a bit more right.
I was in my head, I was thinking, right, let him go on the outside.
I know.
Try and keep the inside.
Yeah.
But he just fully sensed it.
Well, he did. I mean, we know they're very good on the brakes, but yeah, that was the for me that was the crux. That was the where you felt that we could have probably outpaced him and got away really. Let's see. I know. Well, you never get a reference now, do you? So it's feel like we don't really know where our pace is. I mean, obviously, Jake just f***ed off and.
He was a free air and went. Did he get to lead from the start?
Yeah. Well, he was before the safety car. He was a second half down the road.
Got it, mate.
I'll be honest with you, Jake looked quite punchy at Snet, popped up on the old radar. Tom's always going to be a threat. He's always fast. He's a great touring car driver. And then there's the silent assassin of Colin Turkington. But yeah, those four are what I'm is what I'm really focusing on.
It's just so tough. The drivers are so good. The calibre that we have in this championship of people and of drivers. If you've got a good hybrid and a good car, you're going to be flying. But when you're fighting for a championship, you don't have the hybrid that you would want to have. That's when you and your engineer have to really make the most of what you've got to maximise it.
In third place, Ash Sutton. 8th podium of the year for Ash out of 10 races. And on the top step of the podium for the third win of the year, Jake Hill. Jake's had the win, and he's got his little with him as well. Our winner, Jake Hill.
We love Thruxton. If you can win round Thruxton, it's a fantastic feeling. It's a great feeling.
Goals for 2024, obviously I'm chasing that 5th title. That's my personal goal. To go and win the 5th title is history making. It's something that will go down forever. So to beat Colin to that is key right now. But to do it again and in a front wheel drive car prove that it wasn't a one-off. New rule changes have come in this year. So to do it whilst all that is going on in the background would be phenomenal.
We are a third of the way through the season. Not only is there the battle to see who comes out on top, but there is also to see who comes out on top in the championship now, with Ash Sutton being caught demonstrably by Jake Hill after Jake's 3rd win of the season earlier on in the day.
All right, let me know when you can see me.
Jake's on pole position. Dan Camish with him at the front of the grid.
Square in your box.
5-second board displayed. Drivers now look towards the lights. It is go, and a great getaway by Jake Hill. Good start as well by Ash Sutton.
Good gap behind.
Side by side, the Fords up to the complex. Sutton dives up on the inside, goes second. Remember, this time Sutton has more laps of hybrid available to him. Ingram is there in 4th place. In 5th, it is Josh Cook.
Statement of intent from Sutton, wasn't it?
Sutton goes one side and the other. Couldn't get the inside line, though. Jake Hill corners that off. Camish 3rd, but only just. Ingram tries to go around the outside. He's going to skip the chicane. Camish gets wide over the curve. Now, Ingram has gained an advantage by being off the track. What does he do now?
I think Ingram will probably have to back off and give that back to Camish. up to you, but we obviously believe that he took an advantage of the chicane. Up to you how you play it.
Hill goes through, still ahead of Sutton, who is absolutely determined to have a first win. And look, he is taking an inspired Tom Ingram with him. This is a proper battle for the lead.
Actually, his left front splitter looks low.
Splitter's come down. Where do we stand on splitter ride height if we have damage?
Jake Hill is going to have to work really, really, really hard with Sutton breathing down his neck up to the complex.
If they're sensible, they'll make sure he doesn't finish in the top 3. So he doesn't get rolled if he makes it that far.
The biggest thing is if it's like that.
That ain't going to last.
Ash has a problem with his front splitter. He's rubbing. He's starting to struggle. Get gone, get gone. Yeah.
Where are we sat here with this?
It's on the floor, isn't it?
It's on the floor.
Well, he's hit something. No one's hit him.
So Jake got kicked out of Donington.
That's dangerous. You just got to keep going in, yeah?
Everyone's seeing.
No, but do we need to finish P4?
But not yet.
There is some smoke.
No, it definitely got a problem. It looks like bodywork damage as well, didn't it? You can't slow up the straight as well.
Here comes Ingram to the outside.
The splitter's gone. Look, it's dragging on the ground.
This is for second place, and Ingram has done it. So Tom Ingram goes second, and Ash Sutton there with some front damage.
That's the splitter gone. Just need to be aware that bits might come off and go under your front wheels.
That aero damage is going to be really bad, and also there's the danger of him being black and orange flagged for loose bodywork.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, look at it flapping underneath. It's hanging down. Yeah, it's flapping.
From the team's point of view, let Camish go, because otherwise they're going to be caught by Cook here. You can see Sutton is in the compromised car. He's falling back from the top 2 that Camish might have a chance of catching.
We need to drop back to let you have a place. I don't know if we're going to do it straight away, but we will do it.
But he's determined to get by, look, as he goes to the outside. Camish is on the outside and he's done it. And Sutton didn't put up huge resistance that time. Ingram is looking so quick now. He's right on the tail of that BMW. They run out of the right-hander of Village, nose to tail up towards Church, and Ingram's going to try to go all the way around the outside. Now, was that a yellow light I saw on that post? It was, so he slots back in. But he comes out of the corner the other side, side by side, and he's done it! Fantastic move. Ingram goes by and he's done it. He's in the lead of the race.
If Robo's coming at you, I don't want you to put up a fight, but don't let him through. We just need to not drop back behind Cook.
The BMW battle, Adam Morgan versus Colin Turkington.
Do you want to have a chat about them working together? Or just leave it to Yeah.
That's told you.
And Turkington to the inside line, use of the hybrid up towards Church, and he goes through.
The damage on the front of Sutton's car has sort of stabilised, hasn't it? Which is why I think he hasn't been black and orange flagged at all.
Here comes Rowbottom's challenge on the inside line, and he will go through, will he? Sutton tries to brake as late as he can. He's not going to just lie down and let Rowbottom go through. Dan has to work for it, but he does go by, and so that is 2 teammates now up and past Ash Sutton. Ingram to Hill, 11 tenths. There is Tom Ingram then, still well clear up front to the tune of 2.3 seconds, and there will be a smile on Alan Gale's face, because for the first time this year we're going to have a different winner from race 1 to race 2. Checkered flag at the ready, and Tom Ingram it is going to be who will accelerate up towards the line for a 30th career win. He wins race 2 by 2.6 seconds from Jake Hill. Dan Camish 3rd, Dan Rowbottom 4th, Ash Sutton 5th, and Cook 6th ahead of Turkington. Morgan.
Yeah, the vibration was the splitter flapping. I mean, at high speed, it was touching down on the ground. P5 puts us in the reverse grid draw. Just got to go again for race 3.
It'd be really nice if Tom puts Colin on pole. Or Adam. P2 for Colin, Adam on pole.
Right, in the fishbowl here we have the numbers relating to drivers who finished 6 through 12.
Well, I'm sure 11 or 12 I'll be very popular in the truck when I get back.
You might need a bit of a rummage, but
let's have a look. Let's go with.
Do what you can.
I'm going to go with this one. This one feels quite a good one. Oh,
it's number 8. Adam Morgan.
Adam Morgan. There we go.
Pole position.
You're welcome, Adam.
I think Tom just put Adam on pole and Colin P2. Got it.
Did he really? And where did they finish 7 and 8 again?
Yeah.
All I need to do now is just follow him home.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Got good points. Yeah, exactly.
I felt like we were similar pace to him, other than when he was using the hybrid.
100%.
I felt the gap weren't changing much in those few laps, like before those last 2. I felt like we were very similar.
Now, the interesting thing is he overtook going through, or unless he was in front. Now that's obviously really up to NAPA to put forward.
I'm sure Ollie will throw some
I think so.
Because they try to get him done for
and they certainly didn't give it back, which helped us to begin with, because we thought, oh, we'd much rather he keeps pushing, because then he puts pressure on Sutton.
So Ingram overtook Camish around the tyre stack at the chicane. But if we go and protest it, we end up having to, Jake's in the lead, Jake will then be further in the lead. It'll be another 3 points again.
Yeah, I get that.
So do you protest it or not? Well, if you think about it, you're now in front of, on the grid, all the cars behind you are similar speed. Everyone in front you're quicker than.
Yeah.
So it puts us in a good position to make something of race 3.
The car's fine, the car's got pace in it.
Okay.
Not worried about that at all. All that's really good. The car's nice at church.
You need a splitter for some aerodynamics.
Definitely noticed difference when I lost it.
Yeah. I could see it.
Front left was having a hard time, but start with reset, fun. It's one of those things. It's touring car racing.
Yeah, exactly. Just crack on.
I don't know what I've just walked into, but we're just going to stand and have a dance off now. It's a bit like the highlights reel for On the Limit, everyone just bouncing around. Then we're a professional race team, like acting at the top of our game, you know. Make it look like it at least.
They love a shit fight, don't they? They love a fucking good
You'll be out there.
So that has taken 15 people to turn that little bit of damage round, believe it or not. I caused a lot of damage, that's what I did.
I don't know of anyone that works as hard as Ash does away from the circuit on his racing. He does a massive amount of sim time between the races. He'll be feeding stuff back, I'll be feeding setups into him, we'll be trying things. We'll essentially have done 4 or 5 free practice sessions before we rock up. I would say the secret sauce is hard work. It has to be hard work.
Every driver, racing driver, wants to win. You know, you want to go out there, you want to beat everybody on that track. The first one across that line. There isn't any feeling like it.
Can we get a third BMW win of the day? Let's ask Adam Morgan. He's the best placed BMW driver on the grid. Adam, what are the chances?
Well, hopefully pretty good, David. It's always nice to have 2 BMWs at the front. Me and Colin have had a good chat about what we need to do. So make hay while the sun shines and we'll try and go.
Race 3 carnage inbound probably.
And there is Adam Morgan then on pole position. And so round 12 of the QuikFit British Touring Car Championship. 5-second board shown. Drivers look towards the lights. Which BMW will blast away better? We'll find out as we go racing. There's a lot of wheel spin from Ash Sutton. Good getaway by Morgan, and he will lead Turkington and Cook up towards Allard. But a really good getaway by Camish on the outside line. He's ahead of Sutton. Hills on the inside line as well as they make the run up towards the complex for the first time. Sutton delayed himself with a bit of wheel spin, and Camish is on the attack. Look.
Ash Sutton got a bit too much wheel spin. Oh no, it's been a turn. I think that's Camish.
It's Rowbottom, isn't it, who's in the tyres? So Adam Morgan is leading with Josh Cook in 2nd place. The King of Thruxton might yet be able to take another win. Jake Hill and Tom Ingram go toe-to-toe. And Jake Hill on the inside, Ingram on the outside. The BMW will go ahead. Morgan, Cook, Camish at the end of the opening lap. Sutton that up into 4th place. And there, look, absolutely charging is the leading Vauxhall. That was Aaron Taylor-Smith getting past Ingram.
That's a Sutton pass to Camish.
It is indeed, so that puts him up into 3rd place.
Cook ahead has 5 laps of hybrid. Morgan will have 6.
Oh, big lock up from Cook on the brakes there. Race 3 is delivering plenty of action.
Aaron Taylor-Smith is going great guns, isn't he, in the Vauxhall? 3 wide. Taylor-Smith has got more hybrid, but on pure pace, the Hyundai and the BMW jump ahead. Sutton has not yet got himself onto the back of Cook, has he? And Adam Morgan here is under big pressure. Sutton is on the attack. Remember, this is round 12 of the championship. Ash Sutton, the reigning champion, has not yet won a race. He wants that to change. So it is 9/10 covering the leading 4. A lap or 2 ago, it was over a second covering the top 3. So net, it is bunching up. And Sutton now on the inside, curb and all. Forces open the door against Josh Cook. Through he comes, and Camish thinks, I'll have a go at this. Side by side here, Camish rubs up alongside Cook coming towards Church. This is brave.
Camish behind is deploying. Might want to match him.
It's Hill up the inside. He's got past Cook, and Jake Hill's going to get ahead of Tom Ingram as well. Is he not? They're side by side. We've been here before, but Ingram makes the chicane this race.
Here we go. Sutton through on the lead.
Ash Sutton leads and Camish is about to go for second place, and look who's behind them, fourth. Turkington is right there as well. Here comes Camish then. Dan Rowbottom, after his travails on the opening lap, is in the pits with a puncture, and it's on that corner that hit the barrier. And Chilton does have a problem, he's out of the race. Safety car on track.
Safety car, race until you see the board. On the restart, Dan won't attack him, we just need to get gone together. Dan has confirmed that on the restart he will not attack you, he will go with you.
Are we having a green flag this time? Yes we are, the boards are in, the green flag is shown, we're back racing then, over the line. So Ingram in 5th, wanting to take points off Jake Hill, and Ash Sutton then leads the way. Dan Camish in 2nd place, and Turkington not able to do much yet about Morgan. If anything, that gap was stretched. Sutton still leading. Of course, there is not only the race win points here, he's got the fastest lap, Kaching.
That is a fast lap, that's a lap record.
And now to the complex comes Morgan. This lap number 16, less than 4 laps to go now. And again, Morgan is going defensive. He's got a whole queue of cars building up behind him. The 2 Fords are escaping up the road, and Sutton's already clear by a second from Camish. Ingram wants to find a way past Turkington. He goes to the outside line here, coming up to the chicane. This is going to be a really brave effort by Ingram if he can do it. There's a bit of leaning between the two, but the Hyundai goes by. Great start from Ingram. So Morgan 3rd, but for how much longer? This is the end of lap number 17. The BMW steps up onto the curb, and Adam Morgan still hanging on to that last podium spot, but Jake Hill is catching the pair of them.
Good run. This is a good run. This is where he got Turkington on the last lap. He's going to go for the same manoeuvre. It's a risky manoeuvre, but look, he's later on the brakes. He'll now try to turn it in.
And Morgan gets into the side of it. And again, Ingram has to skip the chicane. He will rejoin.
They had no choice. They both skipped the chicane. I believe that is a fair pass. Absolutely fair pass.
So it is the last lap then of round 12, and dare one whisper it, finally Ash Sutton is going to have a win.
Final lap.
A fantastic job by Alliance Racing, and he's delivered the perfect reply to them with a win.
Ash Sutton wins round 12 at Thruxton, and he wins it in style with Dan Camish coming home behind him in a NAPA Racing 1-2.
That's good. Hold on, Wes, thank you, mate.
Brilliant, well done.
Well on, Jimbo.
Give me a cuddle, come on.
Well done.
The BTCC is unique and difficult in its own way. We're so different in some ways. The door-to-door action that we have, the way we go about our 3 races a day, the tyre combinations we've got in there, the reverse grids, and now the hybrid. To then try and chase and maximise points throughout a weekend, whilst all that is going on in the background, is what makes it unique.
And the winner, the 9th podium of the year, for the first win of the year, Ash Sutton. Here he comes, the 4-time champ. And a little kiss on the forehead for his son, Sonny Sutton, and come to Dad. His Sonny in one hand and the winner's trophy in the other. Ash Sutton takes the win in round 12. And now the national anthem for the winning driver.
Unlucky, mate, looked difficult there.
Yeah. They look racy in the first
Well, mate. Done well.
Thank you. Good job.
Good weekend chance.
Not a bad day in the office.
No.
4 wins in 6, mate.
4 wins in 6, and if you'd have said we'd have got more points at Thruxton than we got at Sutton.
Yeah, exactly. You'll keep saying that, yeah.
It's just top job.
Cool. Mate, you haven't got a swell. Try a bit harder next time, mate.
At the end of the day, good result to take the weekend as a whole. We've come away with relatively little damage, which makes a nice change. Really good points for the team. So yeah, no, looking forward to Alton Park. We normally go well there, so I'd like to think that we'll get some good points. On to the next one.
I did give it everything. I did everything I could to hold on to the lead. We managed to get a gap. Thruxton on the whole has been a pretty good day. 2 8s and a 4th, good haul of points. We've showed good pace. And we've made some improvements with the car. We've tried a few things we haven't tried before, and it's definitely helped. So overall really good, and looking forward to moving on to Alton Park. The racing is incredible. It is just hard work, frustrating, but also when it's right, it's so rewarding.
It's been eventful, that's for sure. It is my first win of the year. It took a long time to get it, that's for sure, but we have gone about our racing slightly differently. We're chasing that consistency. I mean, we've had 9 podiums now and 1 win, so we've just spun our podium to win ratio round. I would say I'm looking forward to Walton Park, but 1 second a hybrid in qualifying there is going to hurt. It's very demanding on the hybrid front, but I mean, I love the track. If we can get the car anything like we did in race 3 there, then I'm happy. The car's mega and love Walton Park, so we'll have to go there and give it our all.
Walton Park is a circuit. It's probably one of the driver's favourite circuits.
This is a place that it's easy to have fun around.
If you are on the edge around here, you will be at the front.
Wrong car. You've got a false start. We were ahead and he hit us.
Really raw motorsport.